Good evening, all.
Very good evening.
Okay, so shall we start? Yeah, yeah. Good evening, Preetu. So the PPT is visible.
Yes.
Everyone can see. Yes. Okay. Okay. I hope you remember our first session this topic. We had a discussion, I think last week or a week before, about the how to manage the personnel, that is the employees. So when it comes to hybrid work environment and remote work environment, and what strategies the organizations follow or take to manage this diverse, workforce. And we are started off with the basic principles of the management and everything. We saw what is management, and we saw how principles of the management no affect these strategies while the companies are no like planning for including the diverse work culture. And what are the new no like policies the companies, the organizations are taking up for no like having this inclusivity in diversity. Then we discussed about no like what are the types of organization, what is an organizational structure, what is culture, what is environment. And when it comes to no like culture, we even discussed about no like culture is something which has been established when the organization itself was established, so which doesn't change over time unless and otherwise a new management takes over the company. The culture of a company, it doesn't changes. And yeah, when a new management takes over or no like a new set of people, a new set of younger generation, when they take over the management, then possibly there would be a change in the culture. They may bring in new culture or no like they may shift to some other culture no which is very trendy or no like very fashionable at that time. Otherwise the culture of an organization doesn't change. So even if it is a diverse workforce, so the culture would be no like transferred to those workforce, and they are expected to know like follow that culture. Whereas environment, organizational environment is something different. It depends on no the type of employees, the mindset, the attitude, the value, the you know the behavior of the employees. So that constitutes the environment of an organization. So obviously you can see, like if it is a newer generation, the whole environment will be, like very much dynamic, very much active, and more conversations will take place. And technology induced environment. It would be like a technology induced environment because the younger generation, like likes to do everything through technology, uh, any sort of communication or no like any sort of information no, they like to know like do with the technology. So yeah, so that's the difference between a culture and the environment. So as the people changes, as the people turnover happens, the environment keeps on changing, but the culture of the company organization, it stays for a long time. So this is what we have discussed in our last session. Now coming to the concept, that is no how to manage the work culture when it comes to hybrid working style or remote working style. So it all started with, see, actually in India, this type of working culture is something new, especially after the COVID. But in Western countries and European countries, this work culture is no like somewhat familiar to them, though not all organizations have followed this, but the top-notch organizations, no, which were emerging, no, like in those days, especially the tech organizations like IBM, Microsoft, they have adopted this culture much earlier in 1980s itself. So something, no, like very, like exciting for us to hear. So during the 1980s itself, like these tech organizations, they have followed the culture of hybrid or remote work environment in order to like facilitate, the uh, whatever infrastructure, like they had at the time, and in order to like minimize the working capacity in the sense in state in the terms of infrastructure, so that they can like cut down the cost of running expenditure. So for that reasons, these companies follow the kind of like culture, hybrid and remote working culture. But for developing countries, and especially for Asians like us, this hybrid work culture or remote work culture is like something very new. Uh, we haven't, we are not used to it. We haven't seen it or we are not used to it. So all this happened after, like COVID 19, the pandemic time. So slowly the organizations have started to embrace, like the technology, the digital transformation. So online video conferencing and like meetings conducted through video conferencing, and sharing of like files and other resources, especially the cloud storage, the concept. It saw a big breakthrough, no, during the time of COVID and afterwards. So, and from the not only from the company side, but if you see from the employee side as well, so they demanded, no, like some kind of, no, like flexible working hours, or no, like a comfort of working from the place where they are, so that no, they could maintain a work-life balance, because travel was restricted by the time, and no, like communication was limited in those days, that is in-person communication was limited. And there were many, no, like limitations during the pandemic time. So even the employees wanted to have a remote working culture, that is they want to know, like be at the comfort of their home, but no, like complete the work on time, and like so that the work doesn't get disrupted. So it became a sustainable workforce model thereafter. And many organizations, even after the pandemic was over, many organizations saw that as a very good, initiative to cut down the cost, to manage the workforce, to like implement the technology, and to expand their, what do you say, the operations, or like their workforce and everything. So hybrid work and remote work, no, it has become a sustainable workforce model. Okay, so let's move on. So what is a remote or hybrid work model? So they work entirely outside the organization. Uh, they could like operate from anywhere. They could work from anywhere, wherever they are comfortable. All they need is a high-speed internet, a good communication channel. Easily they should be reachable. Like anytime the reporting people, anytime they want to contact them, either through WhatsApp or email or over the phone call or by text message, they should be easily reachable. So that was the only criteria. So remote workers, no, like from the comfort of their place, wherever they would like to work, so they can work. And hybrid is a combination of office-based work and the remote work. This was more even flexible, because many companies started recruiting, the workforce, and from the day one, they started, like working from the remote places. These new employees. So there was no in-person connection between the management and these workforce, or no, the managers and these workforce. So all they could know, like see, um, it was no over the video conferencing, or no, like video calling kind of a thing. So there was no in-person meetings, there was no in-person, no, like collaboration or teamwork, there was no in-person discussion, no, nothing was happening. So to like overcome this, the companies wanted to see who are their actual employees. Okay, so and so remote, instead of like having a complete remote work culture, companies opted for hybrid work culture. So hybrid work culture is like for few days or for few weeks, no, an employee can stay at home or stay from somewhere that is outside the office environment. The employee can know like work and know like send their reports, their daily reports, and they can know like complete their targets or tasks or whatever. And like a few days for a month or for a week, and they have to like report to the actual office. So they have to report and they have to work from there. So that's the hybrid work culture. And I hope many of you will be like knowing this, or already will be like having this kind of work culture. Either like few of you may be having a remote work, and a few of you have maybe having like a hybrid work. So these are the popular models: remote first, then office first with flexibility. That is the hybrid one. And the split week model. Split week model is like in a month, alternative weeks, you can go to office, and the other alternative weeks you can work from your home, or like some other place you like, you're flexible with. So that's like split week model. And the flexible location model. So flexible location is like more flexible, like if they have like multiple offices, whichever of like office location is very near to you, you can like go and log in there or go and work from there. So yes, so how did all evolve? And like how to manage these people, like who have opted for, or who have been given the privilege of like working from home, or a remote work, or like a hybrid work. So the traditional personal management during those days, before this hybrid work and all came into existence, before there was a physical attendance in the morning, you have to know like report to your manager the very first day, the very no, that's the first thing you have to do in a day. And face-to-face supervision was there, face-to-face communication was there, direct communication was there, and mostly it was no like paper-based records and no like fixed working hours were there. So now everything is no like the reverse. That is no like instead of physical attendance, you can no like go with no digital attendance. So once you have logged in, the technology, the system will recognize, okay, you have started your work for that particular day. And once you have logged out, you have shut down the system, it recognizes that you are done with the day. Or maybe at the end of the day, after completing your task, you have to send a report to your reporting manager or a team leader. So that is considered as the end of your work for that particular day. So that has happened. And instead of face-to-face supervision, no, like virtual collaboration, virtual supervision, the submission of the documents on time or submission of no, like the tasks on time, attaining the targets on time or before time. So that was considered as a, no, like a supervisory thing. And instead of paper-based records, everything has become no like computerized record. That is a digital records, digital documentation, digital billing, and no like digitally maintaining the data of the the customers or no the events or no the other no like other factors of the organization. So that has become no like very affluent. And instead of fixed working hours, flexible work schedules has happened. Uh, I have remembered, no, like Microsoft was the first company for as for no, like I believe, no, like as for my knowledge, like Microsoft, no, like I have heard about Microsoft, no, like it started with this flexible work schedules. So you don't have to report to the office on time. There is nothing called on time. There is nothing called opening hours or closing hours. So the office will be open 24 hours a day, and you can anytime, no, you can, no, like get into the organization, you can log in, you can know like start working on your task and everything projects. And whenever you feel like no like closing it or shutting it down, you can close it and you can know like come back. And the only thing is within that particular prescribed timeline, you have to complete it. It doesn't mean no like whether you're working for 2 hours a day or 4 hours a day or 8 hours a day. So all they look into is your submission of your the final reports or the submission of your like completion of your task. So now this is the situation. Now this is the like the work style which is happening in most of the organizations, especially when it is when it comes to IT and IT related fields. So what are the key roles of the personal managers when it comes to hybrid workplaces? First, they have to go for workforce planning, which is a very basic thing, whether it's like a in-office work culture or like outside the office work culture. So workforce planning is very important. Start with the need analysis and like check whether there is a need to fill up any vacancy. If at all a vacancy is going to happen in the organization, so forecast it and like plan it accordingly. So workforce planning. Then go for virtual recruitment and virtual onboarding. Now, no, like this has become very frequent, no, like online interviews, no, the virtual interviews has become very frequent. So that would be conducted, and the virtual onboarding will also be happening. And then going with the employee engagement, so conducting meetings then and there, frequently and whenever it is required, so that no, like you see actually who your employees are, though they are remotely like situated located, you can know through virtual devices, you can see who your employees are. And then like evaluating their performances and giving them the feedback about their performances. The responsibilities, like what responsibilities the organization is looking in them, what the task they are supposed to complete. So all these things like performance evaluation that has to happen. Then conflict resolution. So when it comes to remote workplace, remote work culture, conflict doesn't happen so frequently because everything is to technology. So communications will be very clear, because if it is a direct communication without the use of technology, so there is a chance, or there is a there is a way to manipulate the information or manipulate what has been communicated. So partial communication or incomplete communication can happen. But when it comes to no usage of technology while communicating, so everything is recorded, right? So nothing can go out of our control or out of our eyesight. So everything is recorded. You have a solid proof. Technology saves it. So conflict resolution, it would be more simple to analyze the situation and monitor it, and see where has went wrong, who has done whose part is wrong, or how to rectify it. It has become more simple. And comply with the compliance and policy information implementation, and guidelines implementation, and employee well-being initiatives. Because now when it comes to remote work culture or hybrid work culture, especially remote culture, employees hardly meet each other. So to overcome the work stress and everything, they have to be actively engaged on some initiatives, by taking some initiatives. So that has to be planned. So personal managers, that is the HR managers, nowadays they have more responsibility than those managers who were managing the personnel back. Okay, so before this culture and all came up. So nowadays, no, the personal manager has more responsibility. They have to know, though technology is helping them a lot. Technology has helped them, to a far extent. Still, they have more responsibility. Okay, so what is the recruitment and virtual onboarding? So conducting the interviews, uh, conducting the onboarding, introducing the organization, introducing the the structure of the organization, the culture of the organization, everything by online. Okay, so AI enabled candidate screening can happen, because not to save time, because no, you conduct an online interview with a employee, with a prospective candidate. You have to spend some time. You have to spend money, energy, and everything. But no, initial is screening, or initial conduction of the basic level of interview, whatever it is. So if it is AI enabled, the technology will do on behalf of you. So that has become so easy. So that no, you can filter those candidates who are not eligible for that particular position, and only prospective candidates could be taken on to the next level. And virtual assessment centers, instead of a person, HR person assessing it, biases may happen, errors may happen, and knowingly, unknowingly, this may happen. But when it comes to virtual assessment, the machine always does whatever is it's given. So it doesn't do any error. It doesn't conduct any bias. So no, so virtual assessments are more no reliable than human assessments. Then virtual onboarding. So digital documentations could be shared between the management, that is between the HR department and the employee, and online orientation programs can be done, and virtual mentoring systems can be implemented. So the benefits, no, for going on with online recruitment and online onboarding is reduced recruitment cost, access to global talent pools, and faster hiring process. So when it comes to global talent pools, so um, so inclusivity in diversity. So that's the the term which is going on right now. Uh, See, the talents could be anywhere from around the world. Now companies, initially the companies which have global presence, so only they could be able to only they were able to employ diverse work culture, diverse workforce. But nowadays, even if you're remotely, you're yes, you have your company, you're sitting in in Dubai, or you're working from your company is in Dubai and doesn't have any other location in the world. So mm, even if that is a scenario, it is possible, the diverse workforce can work for your company, which is in Dubai only. So that's possible because of the technology. So how to go with the performance management? So in the remote work, that is managing their performance, evaluating their performance, giving feedback to their performance for everything. we have different softwares, different applications, which can help the HR team, to go for, like assessing, to go for, like evaluating, to go for, like giving feedback and everything. So in a traditional approach, so usually attendance-based evaluation and no like performance-based evaluation was happening. Sometimes no like errors happened, biases happened, discriminations were no like happening. It was shown no to the employees, and employees will be always no like directly supervised by their immediate superiors. So they had a pressure no like of working directly under their supervision, and not all the resources will be equally shared among the employees. So this was the case, no, like scenario. This was a case scenario, no, like before this world, this type of cultures, no, came up. But no, like the modern approach is different, and goal-based performance metrics can be done, and that too with the usage of technology and key performance indicators. That is, which the which attribute, no, which attribute of an employee, or which factor of an employee, contributes to the success of the organization, or contributes to the improvement of the organization. So that could be easily tracked, that could be easily found out with the help of the technology, and objectives and key results can be easily compared. So whether check whether no like whatever has happened, and whatever the result is, whether it's no like relevant to the objectives which we had already planned. So that could be easily no like analyzed and tracked. So many tools, no, like many technological tools are used here, using Microsoft Teams, Zoom, Slack, Asana, and Trello. And there is more, actually, there is a lot more. Okay, so then coming to employee engagement. In olden days in the sense I'm telling, no, like before COVID, so that itself has become olden days for us. So in those days, there were no like frequent team meetings happening, and the team leader would be no like sometimes personally would be knowing few of the employees, if not all the employees. Personally, the team leaders or the managers would be knowing few of the employees. So was easy for them to know like get engaged with them, and know personally, know they personally know their traits, their know like ups and downs, their skills, and their the positives and negatives, and the minus points, and the like the all those things know about a particular employee or a group of employees. It was easy for those team leaders or managers to easily access their subordinates. But now, because of this remote work culture and hybrid work culture, uh, there is no such meetings happening, or there is no such formal or informal. So it is not happening actually. So there is a friction. If not friction, there is a gap, between the HR department, that is the personnel department, and the personals. So obviously there is a gap. So how to fulfill this gap? How to know squeeze this gap, and make the gap little. So social isolation is a common challenge, because no, you got to see no one. You got to know, so like none of your colleagues, no, when you opt for remote work culture, or when your company gives you a remote work culture. So you know by their names. That's it. No, you know who's who, what are they working on, only by their names. But otherwise, no, you don't have a formal or informal meeting. In-person meeting is not happening. You don't have to know. You don't see them on a daily basis, or you don't communicate, have an informal communication during the break times, and there is no sharing happening, because whatever you have, no, like it is all shared by the HR department, or your supervisors, team leaders. So sharing between the employees, or no, of ideas, of no like what do you say, of other things, or some provisions, so that is not happening in remote work culture. So reduced team bonding is there, and many teams doesn't even know who are their other teammates, and there's a communication gap, and employee burnouts. You get stressed after some time, because you live in the same place, you work from the same place, you sleep in the same place. So it's boring actually. there is nothing, there is no new environment to work on. So obviously, after some time, burnout situations may happen, and not only because of that, uh, you know, like automated work, like the same work, doing it again and again, on a daily basis. So that may also create a burnout situation. There is no collaboration, or there is no events happening. Usually in traditional offices, they come together, the team come together and celebrate some few events, occasions like birthday celebrations, or festival celebrations. They may have a some, they may go for some outing, a team tour, or an office tour. So, but that doesn't happen in a remote workforce. So obviously, burnout, there is a lot more chance, to have burnouts, and difficulty in maintaining organizational culture, especially when it comes to diverse workforce. You can't expect them to follow the culture as you expect an employee who has come for a regular work. There is no in office work, performing in office work. So these are the common challenges, nowadays, the personal team, that is the HR department, is facing. So what could be the possible solutions for this? Virtual team building activities can be conducted. There are many softwares to do this. Gaming softwares are there. There is management and gaming software. You can learn team collaboration. You can learn management collaboration. You can learn about the task and everything, or you can upskill yourself through these gamification concepts. So team building activities could be conducted, and online recognition programs could be given. Usually the recognition happens, with the team people, like in person. But though there is no provision for that in the remote work culture, so online recognition programs can be conducted, and a frequent communication with the employees in any mode other than emails or other than chats, frequent communication with the employees wherever they are located globally. So that can improve the situation. And again, yes, finally getting the employee feedback. Okay, getting their feedback on the work process, on their skill sets, and about the company, about everything, about the project or whatever it is. No, so continuous feedback from them, keeps them engaged, keeps them more connected with the HR department, with the management. And other than that, what could be done for employee well-being and mental health? So the first growing concern is the stress and anxiety. Um, Previously, before COVID, also due to high pressure and due to uh, continuous supervision or strict supervision, and what do you know like non-standard working hours, stress and anxiety was happening in those days. But as you go into your the office place where you're working, so when you meet your close colleagues who are little closer to you, and when meet your friendly manager or a supervisor or a team leader, so you can reduce some stress, right? But that's not happening nowadays because of this remote work culture. So there is no in-person meeting or in-person communication. So the stress and anxiety has become no more. It has overgrown actually. And though remote work culture is seen as a means of work-life balance, on the contrary, for many people, it has become an work-life imbalance, especially for women employees. So they have to manage the household chores, they have to manage the children, they have to manage their health, their well-being, and as well they have to manage the official work. So it has become it has created a work-life imbalance, to those women employees, and they struggle a lot. And digital fatigue has happened. So on time presence, almost more than 8 to 12 hours per day. So for few people, it's even more than that, 14 to 20 hours and all they have, work in front of the system. So digital fatigue, it has happened, and loneliness, yes, loneliness has happened, isolation has happened. So what could be the initiatives, no, which the HR department can take? They could now like go with employee assistance programs, mental health counseling, wellness webinars, flexible schedules, and no meeting days. Um, no meeting days really, like works very well because for fewer organizations, where the sales is, the day-to-day sale is, like the main process of the organization. So meetings happen, like almost on every day. So the meeting itself is a stressful one for many of the employees to not take part in the meetings, logging on time to the meeting, listening to all the feedbacks from all other like colleagues and team leaders, and which would be taking like some long hours, and reporting, creating the report, presenting the report. So all these has become like more stressful for employees. So no meeting days, no? Yeah, that serves a better solution, no, for this problem. Then legal and compliance issues, especially when it comes to data privacy. When this online exchange of documentation, like takes place. So all these are very confidential data for an employee, right? The whatever, no, the personal information and the contact information of the employee, and their digital documents. So all these are very sensitive data, which is shared over the, shared through the digital way. So data privacy compliance is very important. The organization has to make sure these data doesn't get leaked, okay, so outside the company for any other purpose, knowingly or unknowingly. And the workplace safety regulations that has to be followed, and working hour compliance. Employees shouldn't be like made to made to engage for no very long working hours, and they should be given a training on cyber security awareness, because since everything has become online mode of operations and processing. So online theft, or the data theft, so that may happen very frequently, so they should be given a proper training program on that. And the equal employment opportunities, that is, no discrimination should be shown to these employees, to these diverse work culture workforce, in the name of religion, or in the name of gender, or in the name of race, or in the name of ethnicity, whatever, okay, so whatever, or the social status, no, in the name of social status. So equal employment opportunities should be provided to these workforce. So yeah, challenges is that managing complaints across different locations and jurisdictions, because in India the complaints is different, in US the complaints is different. So there is no standard compliance followed everywhere all over the world, especially when it comes to engaging diverse workforce. So for your company, which is no like solely based in Dubai, and they don't have any other no like offices or locations, and say an employee from Germany or an employee from France is working for your company, and one employee is from no like Philippines, or one from China, one from Japan, one from India, and no like one from Pakistan. So this is a diverse work culture, and all these countries have no like different complaints, and no the payment part is different. The conversion of no the money, there is no the Dubai money to no like these countries money, everything has to happen, right? And the legal systems and the HR policies in these countries, everything will be somewhat different. So the compliance, sticking on to the compliance is very, very important for manage the managers, the HR managers. So what are the benefits of remote and hybrid work? So you know very well, right? Like if you're working, in a remote work culture, you're working for like in a hybrid work culture, you will be knowing. So what are the benefits? No, the first thing is if you ask me, so I would say no, there is no way to travel, right? So I don't have to travel, taking 30 minutes to 45 minutes of travel. No, so that time can be saved, and the money spent on travel that could be saved, and mornings doesn't have to be like so hurry burry, right? So relaxedly, like I can plan everything, during the morning hours, whether it comes to like household chores, or whether it comes to like taking care of children, or whether it comes to like my like health and like self health and everything. So relaxedly I can like take care of myself. But when that work starts, obviously the same stress, whatever like the stress or the anxiety like I experience when I like directly go to my like college or university, the same stress happens, because like maintaining the documents of the students, and and taking continuous sessions, maintaining their attendance, reporting to the management, conducting exams and the paper correction. So the same thing, though there is no change when it comes to the work thing. But if you see the other part, like the time can be saved, the travel time can be saved, the cost can be minimized because I'm not spending anything on travel, and the energy can be saved. So that 30-45 minutes, I can like do something else. I can relax, or I can like exercise. I can go for jogging, walking, whatever it is. Like I can do it. So from my part, like that is the the benefit I have seen from my side. So you must be having, like if you're working in that type of culture, you may be having, like different experience for yourself. So for employees, if you see, flexibility is there, yes, and like yeah, when it comes to like working for organizations, which doesn't stick on to a particular start time, end time. Okay, so flexibility is there. Anytime during the day I can know, or during the night I can know, like start my work, and I can know like end my work, and I can complete the task before that prescribed deadline. And better work life balance is there, reduced commuting time, then increased job satisfaction. Yes, and if you could save like more money, for train in travel, yeah, obviously, you are lucky actually. And for organizations, if you see, reduced operational cost, yes, of course. So with a limited infrastructure, they could manage any number of workforce. So they doesn't have to engage the whole workforce in their capacity, right, in their infrastructure, in their premise. So with a limited premise, with a limited resources, they could manage it. And higher employee retention would be there, and access to wider talent pools from anywhere from the global globe. You can engage the talents. You can include those talents to your organization, and increase the productivity. Okay, so challenges, when it comes to like challenges, monitoring productivity is not possible. That is, direct supervision is not possible since it is a remote workforce, and maintaining organizational structure is also not possible. When it comes to communication, that could be done, but no, in other cases, we cannot say the culture could be like followed by everyone. And communication barriers are there, and cybersecurity risk is there. Employee disengagement may happen. So, for example, if I am not hearing from my reporting person, for a month's time, or for 2 months' time, I lose hope in them. After some time, I may feel like I have been forgotten, and there is no acknowledgement for my work. There is no recognition for me in the organization. So I will have a doubt, like whether I belong to this organization or not. Am I still in this organization till I get my salary? So employee disengagement can happen, and team collaboration issues can happen. So the question is how organizations can balance flexibility with accountability. So the best practices recommended is establish clear communication channels, set measurable performance goals, promote trust and accountability. So keep on engaging them, in some sort of things, whether it is an activity or team meeting, or like gentle discussion, formal or informal discussion, whatever it is. So do something, engage them actively. Okay, so make use of the technology itself and make them engaged, and make them feel, like they are part of the organization, they are part of the workforce, they are part of the team, and they are important to the organization. And invest in collaboration technology, encourage continuous learning, and prioritize their well-being, employee well-being. It's more important. So only if they are well, they can perform well, and develop inclusive workplace policies and everything. Okay, so let us see the history. Which company has no implemented this, came upon with this strategy? You know, the remote work or the hybrid work thing. It was IBM in 1980s. So this company, it allowed its employees to work remotely using the personal computers and telecommunications. So by 2009, so approximately 40% of IBM workforce were working remotely. And IBM is widely credited one of the first large corporations to successfully scale the remote work. Then in 1973 itself, no, the concept of telecommuting has happened, and that is telecommuting has happened. And then came the early hybrid work pioneers like Sun Microsystems and Dell Technologies. So what these Sun Microsystems did was, no, they introduced their flexible work arrangements during 1990s and developed an open work program. So which has allowed the employees to work from various locations. So, and reported significant savings in the real estate costs. And there is infrastructure cost. So Dell Technologies, they introduced this program, flexible work program in 2000s, and the earliest global firm, one of the earliest global firm to formally support remote and hybrid work arrangements. So now modern hybrid work leaders are Microsoft, Google, Salesforce, TCS, Infosys, and everything. And IBM is widely regarded the first major corporation, and then came the Sun Microsystems, and then came the Dell, and now everything, no, like has followed it. Now, other than the tech companies, no, like other industries, few other industries has also opted for this flexible work culture. So let's see, know what other companies are following. Okay, Microsoft. So it introduced work arrangement. There is a flexible work arrangement allowing employees to work remotely up to 50% of the time without the manager approval. So invested heavily in digital collaboration tools like Teams. Okay, they have come with Microsoft Teams. And what are the results? So improved employee satisfaction and work-life balance, increased productivity through outcome-based performance measurement, and better talent attraction and retention globally. So then comes the Google, and it has implemented a 3-2 hybrid model. That is 3 days in office and 2 days remote. Many tech companies, not only Google, even in India, like companies like Wipro, Infosys. So many tech companies and non-tech companies have come up with this model, 3-2 hybrid model. So go to office only for 3 days. Remaining 2 days, you can work remotely. So this redesigned offices for collaboration rather than routine work. And what are the positive results? It maintained innovation and teamwork. It enhanced employee flexibility. It reduced burnout and commuting stress. So obviously, you will see your teammates, you will see your managers, supervisors, you feel like you belong to the organization. At the same time, in a week for 2 days, you can work relaxedly. You can take your own time and you can work. Okay, then comes the Deloitte. Adopted a work from anywhere philosophy, and they focused on employee well-being and flexible scheduling. So what are the positive results they have seen? Higher employee engagement, improved retention rates, enhanced diversity by recruiting talent from multiple geographic locations. And then came the Infosys. You can include TCS as well. Same hybrid work 2.0 framework they have introduced, and they have leveraged cloud technology and virtual collaboration tools. So what are the positive results? Sustained productivity levels, reduced infrastructure cost, improved employee satisfaction. So TCS launched the 25 by 25 model, that is having only 25% of employees working from offices by 2025. Still, they are following it. But in few projects, many of the employees have been asked to come back to offices, start working from offices. But their projects, which has been continuing for a very long time, they still have this 25 by 25 model. So it is 25% of the employees will be working from offices for a week's time. So the next week, the another 25% of the people will be working. So it goes on like that. So increased workforce flexibility, reduced office space requirements, enhanced business continuity during disruptions. Then Salesforce. Salesforce is a technology company, especially like they are famous for CRM, and introduced a success from anywhere policy and allowed employees to choose remote, hybrid, or office-based work. And the positive results are higher employee engagement scores, improved productivity, better employee retention. So then came the IBM, and yes, IBM is already there from the since 1980s. So they adopted a flexible workplace policy supported by AI-powered HR systems and focused on digital collaboration and virtual learning. And the positive results are improved workforce agility, expanded access to global talent, and strengthened employee development programs. So this is the list of the companies, no, and their what hybrid initiative they have taken and what benefits they have sought. So Microsoft introduced flexible work policy, and the result was higher employee satisfaction. Google, they introduced 3-2 hybrid model, and the result was better collaboration. And Deloitte, they have introduced work from anywhere policy, and the result was improved retention. Infosys, hybrid work 2.0 version, and the result was cost efficiency. And the TCS introduced 25 by 25 model, and the result was workforce flexibility. So Salesforce, they have introduced success from anywhere policy, and the result was increased engagement. And finally, IBM AI-enabled hybrid work recently, and the result was talent accessibility. So what do we learn from this? I know many of you or few of you may be having a hybrid work culture or no, like a remote work, the provision. So may I know like how many of you are having this kind of work culture? How many of you are working remotely, and how many of you are working no like in a hybrid setup? Yes, you can raise your hands. Virtual hands you can raise. Yeah, no one? Everyone goes to office on a daily basis? Yeah. Oh, okay, fine. Okay. Oh, okay. So one, yes. Ashwin Kumar. Okay, so remote or hybrid or full-time office? Remote, hybrid or full-time office? Ashwin Kumar. Full time. Okay, fine, fine. Okay. Okay, so full time may be very stressful, I know, because once you have seen, experienced this hybrid culture or experienced the remote culture, no, you don't like feel, no, like you don't feel like, no, working full time after that. So you'll be longing for that, no, you'll be longing for a hybrid thing, or you will be longing for a remote work thing. Okay, so what did we learn from this? So remote and hybrid work have transformed the personnel management, of course, yes. And these HR managers, personnel managers, so they have to become strategic facilitators rather than just mere administrators. So employee engagement, well-being, communication, and continuous communication and performance management, or the critical, no, like strategies which has to be followed by HR personnel right now. And organizations that adapt effectively will gain a competitive advantage. So, what is the success of these giant organizations? So, all these organizations are exceptionally doing good, no, in IT services and IT field, but still they have encouraged, no, their employees to know, like, take upon the hybrid culture and remote work culture. So it is not merely a temporary trend, but when supported by effective personnel management practices, technology and trust, and the employee-centric policies. This hybrid culture or remote culture can enhance the productivity, engagement, innovation and organizational performance. So yeah, we have no like 5 minutes more for discussion. So let me ask you these questions. Is hybrid work the future of the employment? Do you think slowly every organization will be adapting to this hybrid working culture other than service organizations? You cannot expect hybrid culture in service organizations like hospitality or healthcare or tourism, education. Education now, yeah, it has become hybrid, partially hybrid. And other than this service industries, what about the other industries? Obviously, manufacturing industries could not take up this hybrid culture. You have to be there, processing industries or manufacturing industries or warehouse industries. Yeah, yeah, even transportation industries for that. Documentation part can be done, no, like through hybrid or remote work. But other than that, no, like hybrid or remote doesn't work out in transportation. That is logistics. Okay, so other than these industries, so do you think other organizations will take upon this hybrid culture in the future? Yes. Quickly say yes or no. You can also say it in the chat. Yes or no. Other than the service organizations and other than the supply chain organizations, do you think the companies, other companies will slowly take up this hybrid culture in the future?
Maybe yes.
Maybe yes. Okay. Only one response. What about others? Okay. Yes. Yes. Okay. Maybe yes. Okay. Yes. Okay. Fine. Okay. 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 Let me move to the second question. So, how can organizations maintain culture in a remote environment? Do you think still culture can be implemented or culture can be followed when it comes to diverse work environment? Is it necessary? Is culture necessary, like to be strictly followed when it comes to hybrid or diverse work environment? Yes or no? Still, this organizational culture and all is important. Is it not enough to know, like, complete the task on time, complete the project on time? That is enough, right? Whatever means you follow, I mean, ethical means you follow. Do we still have to strictly follow the organizational culture anymore? Yes, yes or no? Quickly, yes, in the chat box. Yeah, yeah, please respond so that we can move to other questions. Okay, yes. Okay, okay, yes, yes. Fine. Okay, fine. Okay, so let me move to the third question. Should performance be measured by attendance or outcomes? Obviously, outcomes, right? Yes, obviously, outcomes. And the final question, what skills must future personnel managers, that is HR managers, develop to manage hybrid teams effectively? What skills they must have other than the general managerial skills, other than the general administrative skills. So communication skills. What are the other special skills, no? The personal manager, future managers, no? They should have when it comes to managing the hybrid teams. I would say technology. They should be know like knowing the technology, because without technology hereafter nothing is going to happen. So for communication, for sharing the resources, for no like conducting meetings, for no like for anything, no. So usage of technology has become no like more and more important. So it has become crucial. It has become mandatory. So the future HR personnel, yeah, AI technology. Thank you, Devan. Yes, yes, they should be knowing AI as well. For especially for no when it comes to documentation purpose, no, yes, they can make use of the AI technology. And for forecasting the need for a workforce in the organization, the future workforce, whether there is a need or not, no, in the organization. So for that AI technology, yes, it has to be, yes, yeah, these managers has to know. Okay, yes, so thank you. It was a very interactive session from your side. See, only when you reply, no, like this will become no like more interactive. Otherwise, this could become no like another. You attend the classes remotely, right? We are not no like in person. We are not seeing no like you in person. So it is again, this is a kind of no like a remote classes happening. So only through these classes, no, we are communicating with each other. So response is very, very important. Okay, so thank you so much for no like attending the session. I'll be here for another 1 to 2 minutes. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Okay, so if there are no doubts, we will meet you in another session. Thank you. Have a great weekend. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.